Inspired by Hadisa Hussain has sent in her poem The Martyrs of the 21st Century, and it's all about the parents and children who are affected by conflict and even those that have lost their lives. She says she is not being a voice for the voiceless, but likes to walk step by step with people who are affected by war. We're going to chat to her after we've heard it, but this is Martyrs of the 21st Century by Hadisa Hussain.
The Martyrs of 21st Century. Again, I lighted 85 candles for 85 martyrs. Again, I wore black, sat and wept for my beloveds. Again, the same exact violence happened to the same people who only wish to breathe, to live one more night. Again, I went to buy colorless fabric for each 2 meters of white. This time I buried my future, my unfolded desires, my dreams, my little lilies. Oh, how your beautiful, soft, small hands were blooded with yours and your classmates' blood. My memory. How your shadow was reflected on the clay wall in yesterday's sunset when you were dancing with your hands stretched like wings. The ache of how vividly I recall your lips, thirst cracked. You were singing about an uncertain future with half smile that screamed of peace. Again, I remember your dreams of becoming a doctor. I thought how your young brain could be so bright, how you guarded your books and notebook, and how you protected the one pen that your father bought for you. Each time you come first in your class, you would rush home to find your dad, kissing your father's dumb forehead to say, "Your pen, Dad. Your pen is what made me win." Then you would sat in her lap lovingly and talk about your day. Dear Allah, please let this be another one of my nightmares. You know I cannot stand losing my daughters, and dear Allah, please let this be another one of my nightmares. You know I cannot stand losing my daughters after I lost my son last year. Dear Allah, please give me a chance. Dear Allah, please give me a chance to hold my children's hands, kiss their cheeks, wash their clothes, cook their favorite meal. Please, please don't take them away.
Very strong. That was The Martyrs of the 21st Century by Hadisa Hussain, who joins me on the phone now. Hello, Hadisa.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Yeah, good, cheers. How did it feel to hear your work on the BBC?
I feel nervous, actually. I feel very excited, very nervous. And I'm glad that I finally could send my work to other people to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, you should be incredibly proud because it was a really strong piece, and thank you so much for sharing it with us. What was the inspiration? Why did you first put pen to paper?
So the actual inspiration was last year in May when there was an explosion in Afghanistan, where in Afghan school where there was lots of female students there, and there was an explosion, and afterwards, an hour or 2 hours ago after it, I switched the news on, and there was a woman crying about her children and how she lost her son last year and her daughters this year, and it's both of her children in a school explosion. So that's what inspired me.
Yeah, I mean, especially when looking at now, especially with the war in Ukraine and stuff, it's obviously quite a prominent theme that's running through a lot of people's work. How did it feel to actually write it down? Because obviously it feels like close to your heart. Was it an easy process to do?
It was actually not that easy because I had to look for other news, and I had to change it through the coming months, because the news was all about the war and how it affected it, at the moment, especially in Ukraine, in Palestine. All in the end of the day, it's the children who suffers a lot, and people don't think about that a lot. So it was quite hard to put all the emotions down on the paper.
Yeah, I can understand that. Do you feel like it's important to write about issues like war and conflict in poetry? Do you think we see enough of it?
I don't think we see enough of it, but we see all about depression and anxiety and how people feel, but we don't see a lot about the parents or the children who suffers most these days, and we have to voice them, but not only voice them, but to walk beside them and feel what they are going through.
Yeah, and how do you feel you do that?
So for me, I every time I hear the news, I know I can't avoid it. So whenever I hear it, I want to write it down, just so the people who don't know about it, I write it down, so for them to know,
sure,
and to be informed about it.
Brilliant.
And in the end of the day, to do something about it, because we can't just sit down at our home in our comfort and just watch the news only. We have to do something about it to try to help other people who are suffering.
Yeah, and I'm very glad that you shared the work with us, because I think the poem that you shared, The Martyrs of the 21st Century, I think it's the first war-themed poem that we've had in maybe 2 years of running BBC Upload, so I really appreciate it, and it was a fantastic piece of work. I've also heard that you've been collaborating with Princess Arinola, the BBC Words finalist.
Yes, she is a fantastic poet, and I love her work. And recently, I actually, after I wrote my poem, one day I called her in Instagram and said, "Do you want to collaborate? Because I'm writing this poem already. Let's see how you feel about it." And she was lovely about it, and she actually, we all both together collaborated, and it was brilliant to work with her.
Yeah, where can we see the collaboration? Is it available online?
Yes, so our collaboration is actually on Instagram. We've put it there as well for people to go and read it. That's it. It's on Instagram in Hadisa Afzali at Hadisa Hussain Afzali. That's it.
I'm sure people are going to check that out. And what's next for you then? Are you going to be doing any performing live yourself? Are you writing any more poetry?
So at the moment, what I'm doing is I'm writing about a woman who... I'm actually writing a short story at the moment, and it's about a woman who is pregnant and going through going through hell, in war. And it's the same theme, but I would like to... Yeah, I'm going to share it with people once I finish it.
Well, and
obviously people could read it from my Instagram.
Yeah, and I hope you'll share a part of that short story with us when you finished it, please.
Yes, I could share it.
That's fantastic.
I would love that.
Hadisa, thank you so much for uploading your poetry for me today, and I'm looking forward to hearing more of your work in the future. Maybe you're a poet out there across the 10 boroughs, a great